Imagine finally building a safe haven in a world that has completely lost its mind, only to realize that in the apocalypse, peace just makes you a target. Welcome to Edge of Defiance, the fifth gripping installment in Kyla Stone's relentlessly tense Edge of Collapse series. If the first 4 books were about the chaotic scramble to survive the initial grid-down disaster, Book 5 shifts the paradigm. This is no longer just about scavenging for canned beans and avoiding the desperate. It's about defending what you've built against those who want to take it by force. This audiobook is a masterclass in post-apocalyptic tension, blending hyper-realistic survival tactics, psychological suspense, and the brutal, unforgiving reality of a world where humanity's darkest impulses have been unleashed. The narrative picks up with the core group of survivors having finally established a fragile foothold. They have a base, they have supplies, and they have each other. But in a world without law, a stocked pantry is just an invitation for a raid. The atmosphere in Edge of Defiance is thick with paranoia and the heavy, suffocating weight of constant vigilance. When a new, highly organized, and utterly ruthless faction sets its sights on their sanctuary, the survivors realize that their greatest threat isn't the elements or the starvation, it's other people. Stone excels at capturing the claustrophobic dread of being hunted, making every snapping twig and every shadow in the tree line feel like a lethal threat. What truly elevates Edge of Defiance above standard survival fiction is Kyla Stone's signature commitment to tactical realism. This isn't a story where the heroes have infinite ammo and plot armor. Every bullet counts. Every medical supply is precious. The combat sequences are grounded, visceral, and terrifyingly authentic. Stone writes tactical gunfights and ambushes with a breathtaking technical precision. You aren't just reading about a shootout, you are experiencing the deafening roar of unsuppressed firearms, the panic of a jammed rifle, and the desperate, close-quarters brutality of fighting when the magazines run dry. The audiobook narration brings this gritty realism to life, making the crunch of boots on gravel and the sharp intake of breath before a trigger pull feel incredibly real. But beyond the tactical brilliance and the survival mechanics, the soul of the book lies in the psychological toll of the collapse. The found family dynamic of the core group is tested to its absolute limits. They are forced to make impossible, morally gray choices to protect their own. The emotional anchor of the story is their fierce, unbreakable loyalty to one another. They aren't just fighting for calories or ammunition anymore. They are fighting for their right to remain human in a world that is actively trying to turn them into monsters. The audiobook format perfectly captures the weary, hardened voices of people who have seen too much, but refuse to give up. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. The hostile faction launches a coordinated, devastating assault on the survivor sanctuary, forcing them into a desperate last stand scenario. The finale is a spectacular, hard-fought convergence of tactical ingenuity, raw courage, and sheer, unyielding defiance. It delivers a massive, dopamine-fueled payoff that earns every bit of its triumph, proving that while the grid may be dead, the human spirit is not. Edge of Defiance is a triumph of the post-apocalyptic thriller genre. It is smart, gritty, and unapologetically intense. Kyla Stone has crafted a milestone book that proves the Edge of Collapse series is a must-listen for any fan of survival fiction. Plug in your headphones, check your perimeter, and join the survivors. The world has ended, but their fight for tomorrow has just begun.